Here I have two variables, x and y, and two relationships. So this is a system of equations of what we call a 2-by-2 system, two variables, two equations, and we know that there's a solution to this system, and we can find the solution by intersecting these graphs. Now we could guess and test and make a table of values and see what x's and y's will, when the x's and y's are the same, but it's going to be much easier to be able to just see this on the graph. Now I'm going to do this first by making this into y equals mx plus b, and we can see the slope and y-intercept of these equations. So I'm going to first of all subtract x from both sides of this equation, and then I'm going to divide by 3. Now I'm just going to leave it as that. Then I can see my slope here. Now you can separate this out if you want, but I can see my slope is negative 1/3 and my y-intercept is positive 25 over 3. And I'm going to call that y1. So I end up with negative x plus 25 all divided by 3. And I can put that in my graphing tool. I can graph the other equation as well. Okay, so I'm going to take equation 2 here, and I'm going to add 5x to both sides, divide by 2, so I'm going to end up with 5 over 2. Since it divides evenly into the y-intercept, I'm just going to write it as 5 over 2x minus 6, so 5 over 2x minus 6. And I can graph these two relationships and see where they intersect. And I can easily graph these because I have my slope and y-intercept. So my y-intercept here is going to be 8 1/3, so somewhere up here. It's got a slope of negative 1/3, maybe something like that. And this one over here, the red graph, is going to be starts at negative 6, and it's going to go up in 2.5 or something like that. And then I'm looking for the intersection of those 2 points. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and graph it on Desmos. Now, when I graph it on Desmos, I'm going to just graph it because Desmos is flexible and we can actually graph the equations that look like this. So I'm just going to graph it in general form like this and find the intersection that way. Now, there are times we may want to write it in the slope-intercept form, like I've done here. When we have our graphing tools, especially Desmos, we can kind of leave it like this and solve it that way.